You don't talk much. Not because you have nothing to say, but because somewhere along the way, you learned that silence was safer. You learned to read rooms before entering them. To feel the emotional temperature before expressing a single thought. To disappear, not physically, but internally. You are often described as calm, mature, low maintenance. But what they don't see is the constant scanning beneath the surface. The quiet alertness. The nervous system that never fully powers down. This is the paradox. What once protected you is now slowly costing you your voice, your needs, your rest. Because silence kept you safe once. But now, it keeps you alone. You weren't born quiet like this. You became quiet. And that difference matters. To understand this archetype, we need to move beyond personality labels and into nervous system survival patterns. This quietness is not introversion. It is adaptive muting, a learned response to emotional threat. Let's name the forces behind it. Not abuse. Not shouting. But absence. When your emotions were met with indifference, dismissal, or overwhelm. Your system learned, my feelings are inconvenient. So you stopped offering them. Neuroscience shows that chronic emotional neglect alters the default mode network. The brain's identity center. Leading to self-erasure and hyper-self-monitoring. Your calm is not calm. It's alert stillness. A trauma-conditioned state where the nervous system stays braced. Watching for tone shifts, micro-expressions, subtle but there is another burden rarely named. The unlived self. You learn to trade authenticity for acceptance. Expression for stability. Need for safety. And over time, this creates invisible grief. Grief for the person you might have been. If you didn't have to stay small to survive. You feel it when rest feels unsafe. When joy feels suspicious. When being seen feels dangerous, even by those who love you. Seneca warned that a life lived in fear of disturbance is a life never truly lived. And Rilke knew this quiet sorrow well. And now we welcome the new year, full of things that have never been. But trauma delays that arrival. You are not empty. You are over-contained. These children become adults with patterns that look functional, but feel heavy. You might recognize yourself here. You struggle to ask for needs. You overgive, then feel unseen. You disappear emotionally when conflict arises. Not because you don't care. But because your body associates conflict with danger. You work quietly. Reliably. Invisibly. You are capable, but overlooked. You fear visibility because visibility once came with consequences. You say, it's fine, when it isn't. You absorb others' emotions as your responsibility. This is not kindness. It's conditioned self-abandonment. You appear calm, but inside, emotions stack up like unread letters. Until one day, the body speaks through exhaustion, anxiety, or numbness. You ask, who am I when I'm not adapting? And the answer feels unclear. Because your identity was built around safety, not selfhood. You measure worth by usefulness. By not causing trouble. By being easy to keep. But awareness changes everything. These are not flaws. They are coping mechanisms. And coping mechanisms can be unlearned. Healing does not begin. You buried. The voice you restrained. Nervous system regulation. Stillness is not safety. Safety is regulation. Through breath. Through boundaries. Through choosing softness over survival. And perhaps most importantly, allow yourself to be seen imperfectly. Quiet does not mean broken. But silence should never be a prison. The goal is not to be fixed, but to become whole. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs language for their quiet. Like. Subscribe. Stay.